What's going on? And welcome back to the A Show with the Kings of Pro Wrestling Podcasts. I am Justin, here with Meelz. What's up, Meelz? It's fall.
It's fall. It's officially fall, and I'm here. I am putting my new iPhone on silent ring. How about that?
Oh, you're new. You had to mention that it was new, huh?
It was the new one because I had the 13 Pro for so long. I had the 13 Pro for 4 years. Uh, Replaced the battery, did everything I could to reserve it. Did you see the little TikTok things of like kids be like, why do they just specifically want the iPhone 13 Pro back? Like
Yeah, I saw that.
They're
Yeah.
they're not asking for iPhone 14, 15, 16. They're asking specifically, if you got the 13 Bro, send that shit back. Um, so there
They
was a
don't want
whole
nobody to know peak no more. They don't want no
y-
one to know peak.
yeah, it was a whole conspiracy about this, but I upgraded it. I'm locked in with AT&T for another 3 years for whatever reason. Or at least my upgrade fee won't be waived for another 3 years. Um, But I like it. It's new, it's still an iPhone. I used to get more excited for this back when I was younger. Um Now I'm just like quality of life update. You know what I'm saying? I don't have to chase around. Are you a habitual phone charger like I am, or you just let that bitch run to zero?
I'm a little better about it now. I feel like the 16, the battery on mine runs out really fast.
I
But I
feel like this for this too, kind of low
I
key, low
but I
key.
got the Pro Max, and like I don't charge it all the way to 90. I charge it to like or I don't or to 100. I charge it to like 90 and then I let it drop because for like battery health.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
But I feel like I'm like, what am I at right now? And that's just like from I woke up at like 6. I'm at 62%. So I guess that's good. I've been up for like 4 or 5 hours. I
I'm a
guess
habitual phone charger, and it's terrible for health, but like to the point where um I go and if it's like 60 some percent, I'm like, gotta charge this shit. I'm at work, got my own charger, gotta charge this shit. Not that I have a job. Um, but I have my own um, battery pack thing. I have my own thing. Like I don't want it to die. If it gets below like 40%, I'm like, I need to get home now.
yeah.
Like, because I could die. One time my phone was on 9%. It had to be after like a wrestling show, like just on 9%. And I was just like, I'm shutting this whole bitch down. Like airplane mode. I need to make sure I get to the other side of where I'm going before I actually turn this shit on. So I would say I'm a habitual thing charger. I'm trying to be better about it. I'm trying to just leave it. Um,
It's hard though.
it
It's like
is.
a scary thing to kind of like wrap your head around like, oh, okay, I'm not gonna be able to I get more afraid when I'm like out, like I'm at an event or something. I get more afraid of that. Like I'm going to a concert next weekend. I haven't been to a
Oh,
concert in a really long time. So I'm like
nigga,
really
that's
worried about
that's
my
where it goes down. That
yeah.
is where the battery just decides. Whoop. Where you going to see NBA Young Boy? What are we
No,
doing?
come on. Just don't disrespect me. I'm going I'm going to see Turnstile next Saturday.
Oh yeah, 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 yeah.
Yeah.
Who's opening for them?
Uh uh
I thought
I
Haley was on. Is Haley on the tour?
No, she's a friend. I think
Oh,
it's like a bunch of openers, but I don't think that we get all of them. So they get they're opening with Speed, Jane Remover, and Ammo and the Sniffers, Blood Orange, and Mannequin Pussy. But
look at that.
I
That
don't
is
think we're getting Mannequin Pussy.
well. You got to restore the feeling. At least,
We're getting
hopefully, the feeling is restored. You know what I'm saying?
we're getting the Sniffers, Speed, and Jane Remover. But
Oh,
I
okay.
really wanted Blood Orange, but for some reason Blood Orange is doing they're doing Richmond tomorrow with them, Richmond, Virginia. So I'm like, well, what isn't that a bitch? That Blood
Blood Orange is Dev Hines in them, right?
Yeah,
Yeah. It was just like, all right, well,
that sucks.
nigga, yeah, nigga was like, all right, well, fuck y'all. Um, but it sounds fun. I haven't been to a concert in a very, very long time. Like I said, I really do want to see that Brandy and Monica shit. Just cause like I love their songs. Like I really, really do. Like I'm a big Brandy fan, like huge, huge, huge Brandy fan. Like just sitting up in my room forever, like, you know what I'm saying? So I really do wanna see it, but I also wanna see I gotta see how it is on TikTok first before I go.
No, you don't. Just experience it.
Well, it's just what if it's whack? You know what I'm saying?
You would see you someone would say it. You know what I mean? Like someone would be like, "Okay, this concert was kinda whack. I don't wanna go."
Like the Anita Baker shit. You know what I'm saying? Anita Baker.
But she's like mad old. Okay,
Yeah.
it's so funny that you mentioned Anita Baker, right?
Yeah.
Because I'm here I'm here to say,
Okay.
in my best Stephen A. Smith voice, a couple of weeks ago, Armand said, uh, uh, the Mariah the Scientist album came out, and he was like, "Yeah, man, she's the new Anita Baker," and people scoffed at that. So I would listen to a lot of Anita Baker. You know her stuff's not on streaming. Like you gotta like go elsewhere.
It's I mean, probably not all of it, but the hits are there. You
The
know what I'm
hits, but
saying?
not the albums, and I think that's what people are forgetting, and they scoffed at that, but there's a very, similar through line between the topics that these women talk about on their
Sure.
songs, so it's not that far-fetched. Armand's not crazy. He's actually kinda right.
I My only problem is, I guess, it's the what people would scoff at is the level of talent. Like, I
But
think Mariah.
would say that Anita Baker wasn't as good as her contemporaries too.
Well, that's true. That's
Like,
true.
that was a thing.
Because I feel like the only issue, I love the Mariah the Scientist album. I think it's great. I think conceptually, just all the songwriting is like fantastic. The arrangements, I do think there is a firm glass ceiling on her voice. Like a I
I'm
think
not expecting Beyonce, all right?
I'm not expecting Beyonce too, but I feel like it's the difference between a really, really great song and a song that really like takes you there is the performance of it. And I think there's a heavy like ceiling on her actual voice.
That's fine.
Um which it I was like, but if some, but I overall I enjoy the songs. Overall, the album is fantastic. I listen to it every day, but there is that ceiling on her voice that just me. It could go from a like if you know Rihanna isn't the
People are
best singer,
really
but Rihanna's voice is very distinct, where it takes you to another fucking
people
place.
are
And I
really
think
mean to Mariah the Scientist, and let me just say, I'm a fan and I'm not allowing it.
I think she is getting much better at being an actual artist than she was at the beginning.
The better than 4
But
years ago. Yeah.
yeah, yeah. I think her songs have always been good, but I think she limited herself from the artistry standpoint because I felt like she low key didn't want. She At the beginning, it felt like someone who heard her sing and then forced her to become a singer. That's what it felt like.
She focused on her craft. I mean, she's got a lot of really good producers on there too and
she's
writers.
got
She's a
she's got
writer.
great songs. Yeah, no, she has great songs all the way through her catalog. Like I would say, a lot better than again some of her contemporaries.
Yeah.
But it's just I see the growth, and I think this album represented a lot of that growth as well. Come,
My thing too is her writing is really wordy.
yeah,
Like, she be trying to squeeze in a lot of thoughts.
but that's why I was like, one of these songs. I was like, one of these songs would be like a closing to an anime. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like with the words and the description. But she is very wordy. But I
Ra
appreciate.
Rainy Days, that's the ending to, Chainsaw Man season 3.
It might be shit, man. But I remember listening to it first time I was on a walk, and I was just like, wow, I'm blown away. I didn't expect this shit at
Yeah, you had to
all.
sit down. I remember you said you had to sit down, like, "Whoa."
Yeah, essentially, I was like, whoa, I had to tell somebody about it. Essentially, I'm like, yo, have you heard this shit? Um, oh, she's working with 1985, the entire album. I didn't know
Yeah.
that.
Yeah, she worked with Drake's guy. That's why
Yeah.
it sounds Toronto-ish
Yeah.
in a
Now
lot
that
of
you
ways.
mention it, for sure,
Yeah.
yeah. Um, but I think Burning Blue is great. The single is great.
My favorite songs of the
Um,
year.
yeah,
Oh, fine.
it's very methodic and just like it takes its time with it. There's a lot of songs that like, especially R&B today. If I could go on a little rant about R&B today, there's not really much like oomph in it.
Yeah.
There's Burning Blue definitely feels stronger and more eventful. It felt like a classic kind of ballad in a
What
sense, but
it
with kind of like
reminded
new
me of,
rapping to it.
Sierra old joint, Forever, or what was it called?
Promise?
Promise, yeah, it reminded me of that.
Yeah, 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 yeah. So
Promise is a perfect song.
yeah, it's a ballad mixed with like wrapped with like modern kind of aesthetics with it. And but also the song kind of can kind of stand on its own. I think with a lot of new R&B, it's more the vibe that you get, and a lot of people are wrapped up in the vibe. That's why I try to listen to a bunch of new R&B acts. I'm like, to be honest with you, a lot of these niggas, you can't tell the difference between who, what, where, and when you listen to them,
Or
because
why.
it's just yeah, because like, all right, you're a Frank Ocean person. You're clearly influenced by him, or you influenced by The Weeknd, or you influenced by Tank or something along those lines. And it's yeah, it's really indistinguishable. It's kind of sad. Like um very few people doing it. You know what I'm saying? That's why when Kalani has a joint like Folded, the shit is like popping because it's like, oh yeah. But we get one of those songs like every 6 months. We get that. Mutt was before that. Like a couple other records. The what's my girl's name? Oh my god. Made for Me.
Oh,
Money Long.
Money Long, yeah.
So we get one of those like every 6 months. Whereas back in the day, we would have like 4 or 5 of them running at the same fucking time.
Yeah, but I
You know?
mean, we coming out of an era where all R&B singers want to be rappers, you know? So,
Yeah,
like,
but now they want to go back to being R&B singers, but it's just like the vibe can't be the only driving force between these records. Ultimately, there has to be some sort of feeling or message with a lot of these things, and I think a
yeah,
lot of them are driven by vibe. Um, Speaking of music, another thing that we both enjoyed
yeah.
was Cardi B album.
Yeah, Cardi B as an album is actually really good.
I was like, "Oh my
Really?
god."
I said, "What?"
Yeah. I was like I was I was like, "Okay." I was expecting
No, you were
okay.
expecting nothing
Yeah,
because
well, yeah, that also too. Because the songs that she released beforehand, the songs that she's released in the last, like, 4 years, I'm like, "Okay, they come and they go." Essentially, they come and they go.
yeah,
Um, and she'll do a video for them, and she'll do these things, and it really feels like she's just trying to, like Atlantic Records is just like, "Yo, put something out quick."
yeah.
Um, but this one feels very it
It's
feels like
intentional.
yeah, and I think it's like a great it's like a good sophomore album from where the first album ended up,
Yeah.
and lots of great records on here. Like,
That's a
w
great disses. I think she has the better disses than the guys
I
did
think
last
so
year.
too, because
Like, the diss
she took Bia to the woodshed with that shit, bro.
like
She
like, I think she did it better than the guys did last year. Like, these are, like, and you know what it is like, these are, what can I say? These are capital H hip hop records. You know what I mean? Like,
Mhm.
these are hip hop disses, and I think that, it wasn't over the top. You know what I mean? I feel like
Yeah,
it
it
was just what it
involving
needed to be.
social media too much and stuff like that. Like, it does, but it also doesn't. I don't think she likes to go back and forth, especially with fucking Bia. Um, and don't get me wrong, I don't hate Bia, but it's just like she kicked the shit out of you. She kicked your back in, and
Don't
there's
res
nothing she can
don't
really
res
do about
Yeah, don't respond. I was talking to Kim, and Kim was like, "Well, she better not, like, come in low on her album sales because then Bia and JT could come back." I'm like, "Listen, I'm gonna be real. Nobody's even expecting or cares
it. Yeah,
Bia response to this."
yeah, or JT. I don't think either of them chart within the hot top 100 of
Like,
things when they drop stuff. So I mean, again, I'm also a fan of JT, but you know,
she beat the
again,
shit out of you. She beat
yeah, they beat the shit out of both of them, and on a big record, and didn't do any like grandstanding on social media, no over the top Instagram lives, no nothing like that. She was like, "You listen, I'm gonna put words to this beat, and we gonna put the beats on them. So it's up to them if they can respond, unless their label tells them not to or drops them or something along those lines. Um, but overall, I think it's a good album. Like
Yeah.
good records, club records, street records. Imaginary Players is there for whatever
It
reason.
should have
Like,
that I'm mad at that record because I feel like she has so many good songs on here that that record should not have led anything on this
I
album.
think it was the one that had the most conversation surrounding it. Like
She should
compared
have
to
just
most of
put out
these,
the
unless
JT.
she, yeah, unless she put out the J, but I don't think she wanted to be forward with like, okay, I'm, the heavy lifting bitches on this album out the gate. I think she wanted to just like, all right, let me keep that for the album surprise. But then she got some other shit on here like Safe. I'm like, all right, well, whatever.
It's good.
But
Safe's good.
I like Safe, but Safe. Um, it's,
You ain't never
I'm
had
just
a nigga
like,
make you feel safe.
yeah, no. I was just like, all right, well, okay. But there's some shit on here. There's some shit on here. So shout out to Cardi B. There's some good stuff on this album. Shout out for making an album that was worth the listen of the 20 fucking songs that I had to sit there through. So
And honestly, at time like on second listen, like I'm skipping the Lizzo, I'm skipping the a couple of things, but like the first listen, I barely even noticed it was an hour. It was that.
yeah, same. Same. Same.
That
Uh
was SummerSlam host Cardi B.
hello, it's me. Hello.
I liked that song when she premiered it at SummerSlam too. It was actually really good.
I
I dug
haven't
it.
heard that song in a minute. I haven't actually ran back that song in particular, but I think the premise of it is funny.
I love a good song number 2. I feel like your album like song number 2 sets the stage. There's the intro, and then it's
Yeah,
like, okay, what's song number 2 about to be? You know what I
right.
mean?
No,
And I
you're
feel
right.
song number twos are so important, and I feel like artists don't ever or should maximize the amount of juice that they can get from a song number two, because a song number two sets the stage for it. And I feel like if your album sequenced correctly, song number two can carry you into the next section of where the album's going to be at. So
Mhm.
I just think it's very 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 important to start your album in that way.
Do you feel like, because I feel like back in the day, or at least a lot, most people would be like, you do the intro and then you put the single, like maybe single is song number 2. Um, but the single is pretty deep in these, they've been stuffing these singles pretty deep in these fucking albums as of
Yeah,
late.
they're gonna make you work for it.
Yeah, so it is what it is, but you know what? That was fun, we hip hop back for a week. Um,
Well, the hip
and
hop
then
might be back again because
Oh, we already Thugs this week,
Jeffrey
right?
Jeffrey back. Yeah, he's back this week.
Jeffrey's this week. I think there's a Mariah Carey album coming this week.
Okay.
I she has great. She is what probably Mariah the sign. I mean Mariah Carey, Mariah the scientist. But when I talk about great songwriting, she need to go to that school. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Um, but we got some stuff coming, and then after that, Taylor Swift will be take over for the rest of the fall.
Yeah, years away.
Um, all right, we got some shit to talk about this week in the wrestling world, because we had two pay reviews same day, uh, damn near same time, same experience. Well, for you it was one. It was like I'm not watching that shit.
I don't do I just don't do AEW, man. It just doesn't feel right in my soul.
I feel you. I feel you. But in another way, I also don't feel you because let me see. I'm trying to see if there's other news in the week before we get to this. Did anyone get fired? Did Andrade do something? Did...
Andrade working the projects now. I looked at his first booking and I was like, yeah, he in the projects. They ain't
You might
nobody
be getting
serious.
you getting bread. You might be getting
He
bread.
not getting AEW or WWE bread. Can we stop it? Can we stop it?
Um, fair. I mean, yes, of course not. Um, why should he?
Those, those days are over.
Let us see. Will Osprey had neck surgery. Um, so he's gonna be out for a while, unless he's not. You don't know how AEW medical goes. Um, Joe Hendry, a lot of speculation regarding the future of him and if he will be WWE bound. It's looking almost certainly likely. What's your temperature on Joe Hendry?
There isn't a temperature. I would be dead if you were to try to get a temperature for me on.
Overrated?
I don't think he's overrated. I don't rate him. I think he's a good comedy act. I think that people should treat him and act as such. Um, I'm not gonna say I don't get the hype. I obviously, of
He's
course, I get
incredibly
the
popular, yeah.
yeah. He's extremely popular. I get the hype there. I think that the issue with an act like Joe Hendry is that like in the ring you're facing some killers, and like if you hated Elias, right?
Mhm.
What's your view gonna be on Joe Hendry? Come his official debut. You know what I mean, or official whatever. You know what I'm saying? Like that. If you hated them, then what's it gonna be? Um,
I can see H really working the Joe Hendry machine.
he could try.
'Cause I don't think H does like comedy or ironic or he doesn't really do like comedy on the show. Everyone's pretty serious these days about their
Yeah,
shit.
yeah, for sure. I mean, everyone's serious. I feel that, and I think that the comedy comes from NXT, and that's why he's there. You know what I'm
Yeah.
saying? Like these. I'm not gonna say that like Raw and SmackDown are like Zack Snyder DC level dour and depressing and dark, but they're not.
No,
They're
but yeah,
very
niggas
much
is niggas is on their business up there.
yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
They're very much like the comedy comes from the unscripted parts, not from the parts where you have to specifically script for him. And like if you're expecting him to come in and get hella wins, I just don't think that's his future. But I think that he's okay with that. I think that he's okay with like being a character. You need a oddities on the show. You need a
Mhm.
Spike Dudley on the show. You need a character like that on the show. And that's why like, me and you are kind of waiting to see what they do with someone like a Tony D'Angelo because
Mhm.
I've always said you need a fantastical character like that on the show as well. And we don't have that on either show right now, a Tony D'Angelo. So like I'm interested in seeing what they do with him.
Oh my god. I completely forgot he was now I want him back. I want, Tony D back. Like,
Yeah, he's on
when
the
the hell
way.
is that coming? I hope
He's on the
so.
way.
Let's see. Let me go through this. I mean, we had a good, looking through this, seeing if there's any news. Not really. Um, Seems like everyone's on their best behavior this week, except the timeline. Timeline's been bugging the
Hey,
fuck out.
again, Meals tweets.
I'm just saying, like, I mean, let's talk about the. I I don't know. I don't even feel like it's worth talking about. I feel like people are dumb because why would there be so much uproar about ESPN rating the ESPN website proper, the ESPN journalism side rating something that's on the television show? If you know, well, and this is the case where people necessarily don't know. If you don't know how ESPN is run,
Yeah.
there's clearly the journalism side, which I mean, to be honest with you, they're protected by whatever union that they're in to be able to write stuff with journalistic integrity and not really being forced to write stuff. But I'm sure they are forced to write things eventually, but they have to promote it. But people are trying to use this like the ESPN website is supposed to be this silo to promote.
WWE and only WWE because
Yeah,
the other silo that they are familiar with, that being the Wrestling Observer and Russell Purists and shit like that, WrestleMania, they only say good things about AEW, right? So like it has to be one or the other. You know what I mean? It has to be this or and not that. And we'll get to Wrestlepalooza in a second, but
right.
for, for
So I asked, why would this be notable? They've been reviewing the pay-per-views since even before this deal. To which people were like, duh, because they're airing it on the network. So like, and I'm like, bro, don't duh me. You still don't have a point.
I think it's crazy because like and it shows that they don't actually watch these things or at least follow any accounts that post it. Stephen A. Smith all day will rag on players, will rag on games,
NFL,
NFL,
NBA, all
NBA, whatever. Like they rag on literally everything. And so the idea that like because they've signed this money, the money people is different than the people on air. So like if the money people decide, and again, if the money people decide, all right, y'all got to stop talking shit, that'll happen.
Mhm.
Clearly it didn't happen, and it's probably not going to happen in the near future in in WWE's case. But it's like there's no real gotcha to be had here. The person who wrote it, and and it reminds me like Pitchfork reviews, right?
Mhm.
Like Pitchfork reviews, everyone blames the publication, but they don't. They're but that's just the writer. That's just Alphonse Pierre writing.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like that's not really the same person. You know what I'm saying? Like that's the whole point is like, what are you guys trying to get at here? Like there's no actual point that you're making other than the fact that you guys want to rabble rouse and get content off of something like this. Like if you didn't like the show, that's fine. The reviewer agreed with you. But to act like that it's like someone posted like all buyer's remorse. I'm like, there's no buyer's remorse. How
Like,
could
why
there
would
be
they need
buyer's
I was
remorse?
thinking, this is ESPN launching a service, and they needed WWE.
Yes. How is there buyer's remorse? If anything, they'll probably get buyer's remorse from those non playoff, non World Series MLB games they're trying to get.
Right.
They'll get buyer's remorse for that. They'll get buyer's remorse for the weak Monday night football games that don't got shit to talk about. They'll get buyer's remorse from that. But you know what? They won't because you're fucking watching. And I think
Yeah.
that the Wrestlepalooza situation has just been a cavalcade of just I'm gonna be real, just whining and complaining the
Yeah.
whole way through.
Uninformed people who have no idea how anything outside the bubble of wrestling works.
Yeah, like complaining about the commercials. I'm like, and someone was like, "Well, they do commercials for the other sports too." And we're like, "Well, it doesn't matter. This isn't real sports. This is WWE." And I was just like,
Yeah.
"Wait, what?"
I'm confused. I mean, there's been commercials on PLE the entire time.
Yeah, on Peacock.
On
And someone
Peacock,
said, they said, well, the PLEs on Peacock cost less, and I was just like, by $10? Like, what are we doing?
I'm so confused on kind of like where we were at with this complaining of it. And I'm like, I get the grade. I'm like, oh shit, they graded it. How could they grade it? But I'm like, all right. I'm like, all right, but what are you actually mad about? Like, what are you mad about? Realistically, are you mad that they gave him a bad grade? Are you, or not necessarily a bad grade, an average grade? Are you mad that that it is seemingly they have this on television at the same time they're giving this grade? Like, you should be happy that the journalists that work there have the pretty much freedom to still write about these shows the way they can write about these shows, whether they're actually good or not. You should
Yeah,
be free. Oh, well, why did they take down the AEW tab? Nigga, I don't know. I'm not there. But AEW articles are still up there. You can still search AEW ESPN and shit will pop up, but it's not going to be there because I mean, WWE's there, to be honest with you.
yeah.
Um,
There's no reason for it to be there. The real numbers is there.
so it's confusing to me. I mean, I kind of went back and forth with a lot of people because I was just like, I'm not sure. And then again, Quan said it is like if he gave it a good grade, y'all would still complain that they are
Yeah, they'd say they're
compromised.
bought. They say they're bought. They would say that ESPN's lying. I hated this show, and so that person must be lying. And watch, if it's not Andreas Hale reviewing the next one, it's somebody else who happened to like the show. It's gonna be you're gonna revolt over it. Like
Yeah,
you're gonna be pissed because someone else liked the show that you didn't like. Like let's just keep it 100. There's no universe where this was going to be a nice and balanced and fair conversation. There's no universe where that was ever going to happen. So let's just all stop acting like that was going to be the case. Like this
yeah.
was always going to be what it was, and it just be honest with that. But complaining about the price, you don't have to watch it. You don't have to watch it at all. You could literally you could go illegal. You could do I'm not do that at your own discretion. You could watch the clips. A lot of y'all don't say you hate the fucking product this year anyway. Why interact with it?
It's to me, I mean, people are saying, I mean, I'm looking through my mentions now. I muted the tweet a long time ago, so it is what it is.
Check your piece.
Because it's just people are just saying stuff now. It's like, well, it's on their network now, so the first one would be noteworthy. I'm like, yeah, but
It doesn't have no. Here's the thing. If you think let's just be real. Let's just be 100% real, okay? Let's look at the timeline of all of the stuff that has happened since Wrestlepalooza was announced, Meals. It was
mhm,
announced a little under a month ago. because we originally thought that we were just getting another WWE PLE on Peacock. It was announced less than a month ago, right
Mhm.
after Clash, that they were going to do this PLE. Do you think that ESPN thought that WWE could scrounge together a Mania level card, or could they get a card with all the big heavy hitters like Cena, Brock, the women's title,
AJ
Seth,
Lee.
Punk, all of them? Do you think that they cared about a Mania level card or a card with a bunch of stars?
I mean, it's
They,
clear from what they put on, yeah.
they said who can you get in the next 4 weeks to make this a big deal, and you made all of this happen in 4 weeks. Everything happened to what they did makes them look more attractive as a media partner than putting on a mania level card that they probably would have lost money for because they would have had to charge or be in a stadium or something like that, and they can't do that in
Yeah.
the fall meals because football's happening. So what they did was exactly what they promised ESPN for, and ESPN asked for, or ESPN was expecting from them. They didn't give a shit about the fucking reviews. They cared about who was loud in the crowd, and that crowd was loud as shit on Saturday. That's all they cared about.
Yeah, no offense. I mean, no offense to the thing, but yeah, they didn't care about the review is gonna happen, and the review is gonna. So I'm just like, I don't understand why this is noteworthy. This has been happening the entire time, and even if you are saying like, "Yo," because they're partners now, I'm like, okay, but what is the connection between them being partners in this review? Is this review supposed to damn? Is this review gonna get the show taken off? Is this review gonna get them more dollars? No.
Yeah.
It's a review. You guys sit there and if you watch any other sports, NBA's on and they got ESPN got Shams and Ramona Shelburne and a lot of other people writing articles, very critical articles about these people on the website, and they still air NBA and
Mhm.
NFL and all these other things side by side every week. So what are you actually crying about? It the general discourse around it just felt like, yo, y'all are so uninformed. It's kind of crazy.
They're gleefully ignorant.
And
Gleefully.
people just, and I even blame more so the people that just use that for aggregation. Like there's why? Why does this matter? What
Because it just follows a theme. It follows
is this
a
the new Meltzer review? Like, is this the new Meltzer piece now? The grade?
because I never know anyone to care about an ESPN review, but I guess it matters more. It
It
cares more
matters
than
now because they now they getting ESPN money, I guess.
yeah. It matters way more now, Mills. You gotta understand. It
Well,
matters so much more now. So
speaking of that, I want to talk about something that didn't matter to you, but I
I don't
actually
think
it,
it honestly didn't really matter to anyone because I didn't see a single clip come across my timeline. I saw Moxley's asshole being burnt off. I saw I saw nothing from the Mercedes match. I saw nothing from the damn Hurt Business match. I saw nothing from the main event. I saw nothing from any. I didn't see any like noteworthy thing from that show
right.
on my timeline.
So I watched the show, um, and apparently, according to reports, it's doing as well as any other AEW show. To be honest with you, which is fine. I mean, again, there was this big discourse about like, hey, counter programming and it's going to cut into viewers and stuff like that. The same, and Brian Alvarez was like, the niggas who were gonna buy this pay per view were always gonna buy this pay per view and not give a shit about what WWE is doing, and
Yeah.
that's essentially the case. Now, I will say, Toronto went up for. I don't know if this is in. This is more on how kind of like quickly put together this card was, or the fact a lot of people are saying like Toronto seems like a WWE crowd because they didn't go up for anybody but the WWE guys, and I'm like, yeah, but dude, we going up for Big Bill? The fuck? Like, what did you want them to go up for? So it had a very hot start. Adam Copeland and Christian Cage, Cope and Cage, as the legendary tag team from back in the day. It was when all types of you remember Cope and Cage, right?
Yeah, yeah.
Of
Yeah.
course, legendary tag team from back in the day, ladder matches, tag team titles, all this other thing. Cope and Cage, um, defeated FTR, had a great run in from Beth. They didn't. I guess it's Beth Copeland, but it just came on the screen as Beth. Beth comes out, saves them. Cope and Cage wins the match. Then immediately after the match, because as AEW tends to do. Um, what's my man's name? I forgot him. I forgot his name. The nigga who used to be with Luchasaurus but is no longer with Luchasaurus. Uh, gosh, what is his name? All right, it doesn't matter. The people who were with Christian before, Christian's group before, shows up and distracts him, and then FTR comes and they beat up Christian and they handcuff Edge, and Beth comes back out, and then Beth also gets beat up. So now Beth returned. Beth made her AEW debut 14 minutes ago, and 14 minutes later, she's taken out by a pile driver. So legitimately, that is how it happened. It's like, oh my god, it's Beth, and then it's like, you son of a bitch, you killed Beth. You know what I'm saying? So Beth is dead. Um, Eddie Kingston made his triumphant return to AEW by beating Big Bill. It was it was a match. Um, again, say what you want about Age, he'll do a return much better than this.
Yeah, this that I did see her return, and I was just like, why does everything whenever like somebody like that comes to AEW, it's always like a re-rock of what they did elsewhere, but it's always like way more low budget, way more like not thought out. Like she came out with the paint and the makeup and shit. I'm just like, what?
It just is what it is. Also, the most viral thing from this pay per view was Edge doing John
Cena.
Cena's.
Yeah.
So it is what it is.
Very
Eddie Kingston,
classy. I thought it
yeah,
was very not classy for the announcers to not at least like do a little jab, you know what I mean? Do a
yeah,
little jab and be like, "Oh, I've we seen this before," like something, you know what I mean? Like you don't gotta be like that. It's John Cena, bro. Like
yeah.
honestly, without him, this fucking company would not even it wouldn't be there. You know what I'm
And
saying?
they
Like John
chanted
Cena.
they chanted for Cena right after that, which was funny. I'm sure. I don't know if niggas was stewing or whatever. Um, but like I said, Eddie Kingston also comes out. He beats Big Bill in his first match. I don't think this was a notable return or anything like that. Like to me, it is what it is. And then Brian Keith jumps Eddie Kingston after the match because that's what happens in AEW. And then Hook comes out and saves. For whatever reason, Hook comes out. um, which I'm now with Hook. I'm like, how much closer is Dame Dash appearing in AEW for some cash? Um, Mark Briscoe versus MJF. I actually walked out during this match. I had some things to do, table and tax, so I didn't see it, but apparently it was a bloody mess. Um, the Demand defeats the Hurt Syndicate. Ricochet,
Why is their name there? I know that's your man's, but why is that their name?
I don't know. I'm trying to think. I try to put myself in the thought process of like why that name would be the name. Because maybe I was like in demand. No, there's too many jokes for that. But the demand, but like also like you need explanations for these things. They just kind of came out and were the demand. Like they go by the demand now. And I was like,
Yeah,
that's how it is. That's how it works.
just out of
Uh,
nowhere. What is their demand?
they are demanding things, I believe.
All right, well, go ahead.
There you go. Um, I'll also go through this thing in my brain multiple points during this pay per view. I was like, I could book this better. Like, I think what Ricochet really wants to do is kind of have an actual crew, kind of like One Piece, and I feel like they should lean more into that, with like vignettes and stuff, backstage kind of things. It would be a little more NXT ish than more things, but I think it would tell a better story,
I
kind of
mean,
like what they.
AEW is on the level of NXT 2.0 at this level, so yeah.
Yeah, but I mean, they in my brain, I was like, they did a lot of stuff that got Tony Storm's character over to this point, which they should do with you. If you really want a crew and you want to be kind of like even, I would say pirate base, I told them, I said, listen, y'all need a flag. Like y'all need a flag, low key. Like it will set you apart if you had a flag, because then you had a logo, you had an insignia that people can actually identify you with instead of it just being the demand with a D with something of the rather on it. Anyway, the story of this match was they took out Bobby and Shelton and left old ass MVP to get his ass whooped. So MVP dies in this match. So I believe the idea is MVP can't compete like he used to. So now they have to get kind of a younger addition to the Hurt Business, is what I believe is going on. So that should look out in the future. Mercedes Monet defeats Rio. It was good. It's just the crowd was not into it. This would have been a great TV main event, like a great TV main event.
Uh, was
I
it
thought it
good?
was I thought it was good. I thought it was good. The ending, I thought Mercedes could have done a lot more to get more heat to build up for Rio's comeback, but instead Mercedes Moné looked like the way more capable, fantastic wrestler in every stretch of the imagination than she did. So, it is what it is. I had another idea for Mercedes Moné. I'm half meals booking this entire show, by the way. If she wants to do the real belt collector, become the real belt collector. Like, have that be your gimmick. Like, not just by name, but like make it fearsome of like, I'm coming after the next belt next. And you better understand that. So I think that should be,
There's no other belt that matters except for the AEW Women's Title at this point, Meals,
yeah.
that's why.
So there needs to be a major story, especially considering she's beating Chris Statlander mad times, of doing this. So I think the belt collector needs to be something that's like kind of feared in a way of like, okay, who can she come through next? Next match was the triple threat match: Okada, Takeshita, Masuka Dorada. I'll be honest with you, I didn't expect much from this match, but it was actually pretty good. It was really, really good. And Mascara, I didn't expect much from Mascara Dorada. I know niggas gonna kill me for that, but I didn't expect much because it didn't seem like he fit in the match. But he showed out the most in this match, so shout out to him. Anyway, Okada
That's a lot
won
of
because
matches, bro.
yeah, well, Okada won. It is what it is. John Moxley defeats Darby Allen because Darby Allen's story will never end with a fucking happy ending. Nigga just will continue to get his ass whooped at the end of every pay per view. They had the post match credits thing right before the main event of him getting out of the coffin.
Yeah.
So the Death Riders right off, and Moxley's like, "I'm gonna meet y'all up after I like dispose of this body," or what the fuck he was planning to do.
So Mox
Darby,
lost, or he won, but he
mm,
lost.
he won, but at the end of it, he lost because he got lit on fire. So he sets up this. The coffin's there, so he opens the coffin, and Darby Allen jumps out, and then Darby Allen puts him in the body bag, and then he lights the body bag on fire. And they needed that for what reason? I'm not sure, because he lost the match. Um, Fatal 4-Way AEW Women's World Championship, Chris Statlander with a surprise victory. It's the most notable win on this show.
Out of
She
nowhere.
pinned Yeah, she pinned Tony Storm, but goddamn, like, AEW does this thing where, like, they don't build up contenders, they
Just have him
build
win.
you up. Yeah, you're just gonna have win, and then you'll be good.
Like, you win that, which means that you are in fact the greatest of all
Yeah.
time, because
It's
you
so
won this match that going in, no one thought you were gonna win. So, in fact, you are the winner of
Yeah,
everything.
and now you will be booked as a strong person,
Dot, dot,
potentially.
dot, 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 dot.
Potentially,
Yes.
potentially, you may be booked as a strong competitor.
Okay.
Can we call it what it is? This is a please don't leave.
Yeah.
Please
I
don't
know
leave.
you're this is I see your bag at the door. Don't do it.
Which I'm telling Chris, come on.
Don't
I'm
fall for
at
that shit. Don't
I'm
fall for that
outside of
shit.
the door. I'm in the driver's car. We're on the way. We're on the way to the airport, and I'm telling you, just come the fuck on. Don't worry about them. I know what they telling you. Just come.
Don't do
You
it.
know what I'm saying?
Listen, don't do it. Bailey over here. She in the back seat with the door open. Is we just gonna go throw your bag in?
You gonna get bread. You gonna get bread. You be in NXT for sure. Yeah. Um,
She needs it.
but
But yeah, for sure.
but she will. You're gonna get bread. Don't take listen. Don't Chris. I'm telling you, I would be the most disappointed if I find out she resigned to this company. I'd be more disappointed than probably any other signing in this company ever. More than Daniel Garcia, because Daniel Garcia is a fucking idiot. But you are a woman. And this company has told you how much women matter for umpteen years. You have personally talked about it, how you want more for women in this company. It ain't gonna happen. Go where the haps is happening. You know what I'm saying? Go where it's going on. Don't stay here. Um, anyway, she's the women's world champion. Brodito wins a ladder match. Main event: Hangman Adam Page versus Kyle Fletcher. I thought this was actually pretty good, albeit incredibly long for no fucking reason.
I haven't. This is the match that I've seen. I've seen absolute zero clips from this.
Well, they started this match at the top of Wrestlepalooza. And maybe they thought Brock versus Cena was going to be some sort of epic that they needed to counter program. But also, this is on pay per view and that's on TV. Like, it's two different linear things. Like, what are you really counter programming? Niggas already bought the pay per view. Like, what are we doing here? Anyway, it's almost 40 minutes long, which is ridiculous. But I will say it's a great exhibition of Kyle Fletcher. Kyle Fletcher looked probably more competent, a great contender, great challenger. Did not win as he should have won, but he looked incredibly good during this. I would run this match back. I wouldn't have Kyle Fletcher win outright, but if you do choose him to win, have it be by accident. Um, so you can really get some good heel heat going on here because Hangman Adam Page, I don't know what y'all fucking want out of this
He ain't the
motherfucker.
one, man. He
He
not the
not the
one.
one. He not the one, the two, or the three.
Yeah,
Four, strong four though.
he not the one, bro. I think that the fact that I see very less talk about anything that he does, I think that means a lot. I think that is very much a feature, not a bug of his all of his title reigns. Like he's just not exciting as a champion at all.
I saw a couple of things where Kyle Fletcher did some press. Very well spoken, figured it out. And this is someone who didn't like him and still thinks he's kind of ugly. But to me, he's a better representation of the company than Hangman Adam Page, who does absolutely nothing for the company.
Yeah. Well, no, he speaks his mind. He speaks his
So
mind.
overall, I thought this was actually a solid show. Not great,
Nice.
not fine, but
I'm glad.
solid.
I'm glad you enjoyed yourself.
I did. I didn't hate it. I stayed tapped in. I was like, you know what, I'm gonna keep it on mute. Um, but now we got to go to Wrestlepalooza,
Let's go.
which I believe was also a solid show.
Yeah, I thought it was solid.
Um,
I think there was like to me one weak match, and the rest was like pretty good.
it started from the Gainbridge Fieldhouse in Indiana.
It's enemy territory for you.
It sure is. Fuck them niggas. Um,
So much hate behind.
I let out that fucked man. That fuck was real.
That was loud as fuck. It was like a machine gun blast.
So the show starts off. You know what they got to do. It's the grinding and shit. They pull up. Is that Pat McAfee in the building? Oh shit!
Well, let's be clear. The first, I thought the first match to first like segment timing was so egregious. I was like, it took like an hour. Like the show pretty much moved really quick after Brock and after
Yeah.
Brock and Cena, but getting to that fucking match took so fucking long, bro.
Are you ready? ESPN. I'm like, bro. All right, I guess for every you know what I think. You know what I think is the reason why I thought this was solid compare, and it had a lot of stars on it. Maybe I felt like, and maybe this is different because that's an actual TV show. I expected more Netflix premiere than this. But this was straight up like actual PLE, like
Yeah, yeah,
matches,
yeah.
things. But I expected more Gaga, more spectacle. But then dude was like, nigga, we got Pat McAfee. And then halfway through the show, Pat McAfee's like, well, gotta go, guys.
Here's the thing, like they were banking on and very much uh kind of showing off their star power, right? Like they're
Yes,
saying
yes.
we got the Pat McAfee, we got this, we got that. Like that was the goal of Wrestlepalooza. Like it's like we stunting on niggas. Like
Yeah,
that's what we
of
doing. We
course.
stunting because we get all this. Like we might not be able to get a lot of celebrities down to Indianapolis or Indiana, whatever, in a short amount of time. But we can go with what we know, and we have Pat McAfee. So like that's the ESPN connection right there, and that's what we kind of we want to go with. I think that again, it's super cool that we got to see all those aspects there, and with the ESPN branding, I think the ESPN branding and all that actually leveled it up quite a bit, like more than
Mhm.
they usually are able to, and I thought that really helped. Um, but this is very much like this is for like them PLE, not like this is for y'all, right?
You're
Like
right.
it was for people who haven't seen this before, you know?
Absolutely. So Brock Lesnar versus John Cena happens. First of all, we get the introduction of Brock Lesnar by Paul Heyman.
Cool, nice touch.
Nice touch. I don't think it. I guess that was it. I was just. I expected thing from SmackDown. They had a little SmackDown altercation. I was like, oh, okay, and then it ended up being it. Um, I was not a fan of this, any part of this, in my opinion. Um, to me, in my opinion, we had really great momentum with John Cena. Great matches, great feeling, great promos,
People,
great
you know that
everything.
people don't like the Logan Paul match because they felt like it should have been someone else. That is the
That's
most ridiculous thing I've ever heard of in my life.
the Logan Paul shit was really, really good. I think it was really, really fantastic in the way that he really put him over, and also how Logan Paul kind of met him again. We do not like giving this man.
I again, but and I get that people don't want to, but it's like you don't gotta lie.
He
Like,
met
you don't
him
gotta lie.
there. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
He
like, we don't
met
gotta lie.
him. He met John Cena where he was at. He rose to the occasion. It was a great match. Um, this match I can't like. To me, it was such pulling the rug under everything. To me, it was so ignorant of everything that kind of went on over the last 2 months, or really the last month and a half of John Cena turning back, getting this moment, going out in the fans, giving his all, presenting these like throwback moments to the wrestlers that he would think for his entire career. And it ended up really being more like Brock is back, more than the actual match itself.
Mhm.
So Brock comes back, essentially destroys John Cena. And allegedly that's it for now.
Yeah.
I didn't really like it. I thought it was very
I
they did
think
the same thing in 2014 and
and the
I don't
thing
know.
and that's what I was gonna say. The thing in 2014 was the beginning of or the continuation or the beginning of the story with Brock that
Yeah,
eventually
yeah.
ended with Roman. So I think that's what they're doing here, for better or for worse. I'm not saying that you're crazy
Mhm.
for not liking it, but I saw it for what it was, and that
Mm,
was with Brock. And this is how it always happens with him. Everything he does is always a start of something that's gonna come after. So like now our question is who's gonna give him his comeuppance? Who's gonna beat the bully?
right.
Um, they tried to basically pull the Undertaker thing, but with Cena, right? Where shocking return, shocking just dismantlement. Who can stop him? We'll see how that works. We'll see if that works, or essentially we're waiting to see what the end goal or the end point is going to be for what this whole thing is. And I am kind of interested in seeing it. I really only want to see one match with Brock. I don't want to see him with a bunch of different people. I'm not gonna lie. Like I just want to see the Gunther match. That's it. So if that's what we're building to, then like let's just go ahead and do that. Like,
Do you want the same Brock that you've seen over the last like decade though?
what do you mean?
Like suplex, suplex, punch, suplex.
I don't think
What?
he's gonna do that. I really think they were just playing the hits of that
Mm.
decade old match. That's what I think that they were just doing. Because he hasn't been that. In his last return, he wasn't that. So
Yeah, because my fear with the Gunther match now is it should last like 9 minutes. It's chop, chop, suplex, suplex, chop. Gunther.
I think it's too early to say that.
Okay.
I think it's too early to call that, to be honest. I think that we should kind of feel it out because I'm not even sure that that's the Gunther's going to be the direction, and I think that's another thing is that we're not even sure that that's really the direction they want to go with. And if that's the case, we'll see.
Hmm.
But that's what I want to see. But I also knew that this match was just the setup of a story. Apparently, it's their final ever. They're not going to see each other. They're not going to fight again, which is fine with me. I don't want to see it again. Like this, what it is like. he's always gonna be seen as demon, I guess. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
So like
yeah.
that's just what that story is. And yeah, I mean, we can move on.
So, you know, 5 straight F5s, blah blah blah. Um,
5 at 5s is crazy. I think the Super Cena theme still was happening during
yeah,
this
yeah.
because he was still kicking out of ungodly things. But yeah,
Uh, let's see what they do. Next matchup, the Usos versus the Vision. Now, with LA Knight as special guest referee, they included that in the thing before, essentially saying like LA Knight is going to be the person to handle business when this match goes off the rails. It'd been completely off the rails. I don't even think this was scheduled to be a no DQ match, but no
he just
DQ
made
things
it.
happen.
He made it so.
Yeah, like whatever, man. You know what I'm saying? Um, Either way, I I thought what was most of the match was good for what it was. It was until Jay got hurt and everyone was like, "All right, stop the show." It just is what it is, but I thought it was good.
I thought this is weaker to me than
Mm,
anything on the show. Especially for a return. Like I love the Usos. Like especially for a return for them. I thought they could have had a better match for their return match. Um, I thought this was
th-
probably the weakest match on the show to me. It could have been better.
I think
In fact, I think the match they're gonna have next week is gonna be better than this.
oh yeah, for sure. I think they have to, get back to the it's their singles and trying to make it work back again with the tag team. And I think it's a lot of like you got to go through a little bit more of the motions to get back the pacing of all of that. Because Jey Uso's been singles for like the last like 2 years, 3 years
And then
now.
they got Jay with the storyline that continued through this whole thing where he doesn't like LA Knight and he's kind of becoming like a Roman clone in a lot of ways, attitude wise.
Mills booking. Can I do a little Mills booking real quick for this?
Okay, all right.
Jey Uso runs LA Knight over with a car.
So Jay so LA Knight is LA Knight is Kevin Owens here.
He is Stone Cold Steve Austin. And the idea is Jey Uso is pushed to the point where he borrows his father's idea and runs LA Knight over with a car. If that's not heat, I don't know what else is.
Boy, if LA Knight has to be out for 6 months because of this, the
Eh,
yeah movement, the
Make some shit up. He narrowly escaped a destroyed thing or something. I don't know. Um, Either way. Let's go to the greatest thing on this card.
okay.
Women's World Championship match. Io Sky versus Stephanie Fakir in an absolute classic, in my opinion.
Mhm.
This is how these are two women at the top of their game. Stephanie Fakir has just been good for like solidly good since she got in. Step one. She has not like peaked, valleyed, nothing. Just good all the way through.
Mhm.
Io Sky has really rose to the occasion over the last year and really being not only just being really good because she was also always really good, but being accepted by the WWE fan base and respected by the WWE fan base, able to really stand beside her peers of Rhea Ripley and Bianca Belair. They legit have a star with Io Sky. We went back and forth. I thought it was going to be Io Sky. You thought it was going to be Stephanie Vakir. Stephanie Vakir wins this match. How did you feel coming out in the tail end of this match?
I felt that there was only one outcome to this.
Sure.
They teased this match 2 or 3 times in the last couple of months, right?
Hmm.
With no winner, and then I figured like, okay, they got to give us a winner here. Obviously, they're forced us. I think that there have been a lot of things that have made this snake bit, and a lot of things that have threatened to make Stephanie's run snake bit. We found out from Triple H and Stephanie herself that she was extremely sick in the weeks leading to this match, which is
Hmm.
why that contract signing was called off 3 weeks ago, and why she had been off of TV for so long. But if you think about it, Emil, she wrestled 3 times last week. Like she
Sure
she
did.
wrestled in NXT. She wrestled with EO, and then what was the third one? I forgot the third one. It was was it twice? What was the third one? I could have
She
sworn
might
she
have she might have just done 2.
it might have been two,
No, no,
but
no, no. She wrestled Kyrie last week on Raw, right?
oh yeah, she right. It was Kyrie, NXT, and then this. So like in all high level against high level opponents, right?
Mhm.
So like again, it showed me like there had never been a moment to me where they had ever faltered in giving her the top bill. They debuted her when she was on NXT on the main account at a WWE house show. When I thought that she wouldn't beat Julia, she beat Julia and got both titles. And then she got called up like a month later. Like it was
The It
Kevin
Girl.
Owens esque, right? Yeah, like a Kevin Owens esque rise, probably better than him.
Yeah, definitely better, yeah, for sure.
Like she is the moment right now, and I think that it's incredibly well deserved. She gets a pop everywhere she goes. Like she just has the look. She has the aura of a star. And if you want to lead your next generation, you lead. I've said this before. You lead with her and Julia. That is your next generation. That is the after the Rhea, after the
Mhm.
the after the Rhea EO. This is your next. This is your next fleet of stars, and they're right there with the Braun Breakers and all that other stuff, like Trick Williams, like she's right there with all of them, and she's leading the pack.
Absolutely. So I thought it was a great decision, great match, great feeling. Everyone really felt really, really good after this. Pan over to Stephanie's father, you know what I'm saying? So it was just a really good feeling after this match. Then we get to the mixed tag team match, which honestly should have main evented the show.
Also, I will say I'm glad they kept Tiffany and them off of this because optically it would have just looked terrible.
Mm.
You can't. The talent just wasn't there
No,
for
you're
them
right.
to have a match on that show. Like that's one of those opinions I can say. Okay, I'm glad they did that.
So CM Punk and AJ Lee versus Seth Rollins and Becky Lynch. I love this match like up to like the 20-minute mark.
Where
And
was the
not that
20 mark?
I don't even remember, but I just felt like it went like 5 to 10 minutes too long where we were getting to a point where they were just getting their shit in and constantly breaking up stuff and then putting in new submissions and then breaking that up and then double pedigreeing and then breaking that up and it felt like they at some point they were just getting their shit in. Um and I felt like it could have ended around the 20-minute mark, but ultimately I will say I was sports entertained with this match.
The
It did what it was
entrances.
supposed. Yeah, I think it did what it was supposed to do in a major way, and it really showcased how good Seth and Becky is, how great how magnetic CM Punk is, and AJ Lee's return, which albeit I mean, apparently this is all happening within a month, right? She didn't know that she was
Yeah.
returning before like a month ago. So to be able to get in ring shape and she's doing the best that she can with what she got, I'm looking forward to the singles match.
Yeah, I mean, I'll say even with her not having wrestled for 10 years, she had a motor. She definitely had the endurance. She was not gassed. I'll say that. At the very least, she
I
was
don't think
not
she
gassed.
did much, to be honest with you. I don't think
She
she
did
did
in the
much.
final 10 minutes that you didn't like. She did a lot.
I don't think she did really much of anything that was like really a sprint, to be honest with you.
I
She
thought
played the hits and go ahead.
the sliced bread was good.
Mhm.
The stuff on the tables was really good. I thought that it wasn't like a lot of high flying shit that she was doing, but I'm not gonna say she wasn't impressive. I thought she was very impressive in the match. She impressed me. Like I thought she did really, really well. I'm not gonna.
I think she
I'm
did well
definitely.
too. I just don't think she did a lot.
She did more than what we thought she was going to do, and that's my point is that like again her doing a table spot first fucking match in is kind of crazy. Her doing
Mhm.
some of the spots that she was doing was kind of crazy. I think that there's much more to be had and done with her in
Sure.
the coming weeks. And it ended exactly the way that I expected it to, in that she tapped Becky out, and that's going to lead to what to me should be the most logical next step here, and that's her and Becky having a match um at Crown Jewel.
Potentially a crown jewel. I mean, we'll see how it goes because crown jewel is looking to be a stat card. But Becky's been on everything, so
She's been on
maybe it's
everything.
probably
Yeah, she's on cards, but Stephanie's not even on.
yeah. You know what I'm saying? She's legit been on every card since WrestleMania. Every card. Maybe she has something to prove. But good match. And then the main event felt a little afterthoughty.
Yeah, I mean, it felt afterthoughty because Cody was gone for so freaking long, and it was like very hard for them to like actually make a match. You
Yeah,
know what I'm
like
saying? Like,
muster up any real care for the match.
yeah, like
I
it
don't
was tough.
the rumors were, and according to rumors, I don't really put that much stock in body slam shit. No, no cap. But they were like originally it was supposed to be Drew winning because Randy interferes and actually costs.
Oh, just announced.
Ooh,
AJ Styles versus John Cena at Crown Jewel.
hey man, come on, won't John Cena do it? Won't he do it? There's only two JCs in this world that'll do it. One's John Cena's, one Jesus Christ.
Jesus.
Won't he do it?
Hello?
Sham should have announced it. Come on, Shams. ESPN. That's a great match. I'm excited for that. And it's because we wanted to see it.
Yeah, because they knew, nigga, this was always a plan. I'm not buying none of that shit. This was
You
always
by well, damn, he's not on the thing. Um, you know what? Hell yeah. Because this El Grande Americano shit is bullshit. unless unless John Cena's teaming up with AJ Styles and fucking Dragon Lee to beat the Americanos, I don't give a fuck about it. But with that said, I think Drew needs to be heated up a little bit more before he can take that title.
Yeah, I mean, I think he will get it.
I think he
Um,
will too.
I think he will get it. Knock on wood. We said this before, by the way.
I
We said
mean,
this
the powers that be was in his way. You know what I'm saying?
famous last words. But I think again, it just depends on how things shake out with Cody's schedule and how he's gonna chase and like, do we even have an idea of who Cody would face at Mania at this point? Will it be Randy?
I
One
would
more,
do
one more,
Randy.
yeah, one more WrestleMania main event for Randy if he gets the main event at this point. Because I think they'll do another women main event next year. To
I
be
would
honest,
think so too. Because to be honest with you, I can't see the title on Cody by next year Mania.
yeah,
I don't see what the game because I don't know what they would do with the
he's
title.
got. To be fair, he got at least 3 more runs to go before he's done, but
Yeah,
they don't got to happen all at the same time.
I agree. So I think he should lose to Drew. Ideally, potentially next year Mania, Roman and Drew. Maybe you could finally do that.
No, it's Roman and Seth. It's gonna be Roman and Seth.
Oh yeah. Right.
Yeah,
Well, one day you'll be a star, Drew.
yeah. It's all leading to Roman and Seth. I would think more than anything, I think Sammy's gonna beat Drew.
Ooh, okay,
Yeah,
that would be cool. That
yeah.
would be cool because they got him doing some bullshit right now. But well, not bullshit, but
Sammy's waiting. I'll say
yeah,
that. Sammy's
he's
waiting.
waiting. He's definitely waiting. Better than fucking solo shit. But Cody wins, goes off the air.
That was
People
Wrestlepalooza.
are, it was a solid card. Ain't nothing.
I turned the show off and went about my day, and
I
then I went on home.
legitimately did the same thing.
I went online and I said, "Wait a minute, y'all mad? Like, what's wrong? What happened? Why are y'all upset?"
I don't
Dumb,
know. It was
dumb.
just a normal card, but I do feel. I mean, it was
I
just
don't
a
think it
normal
was a
card.
smack. I don't think it was a SmackDown. I was like, that's definitely not a SmackDown.
Nah, but it wasn't a smash. You know what I'm saying? Wasn't a smash out the gate, but also it did what it was supposed to do. It's ESPN, real sports, right?
Yeah, listen, doesn't matter. They'll be back next month. All right.
Absolutely.
Where are we going? We're going to
We go on Patreon,
the Patreon after this? Okay. So thank you guys for listening. Next week we'll have more for this Crown Jewel card, which, as I said last week, they have to fill this card very fast because
right?
they do not have very long to build these matches. And I would imagine that we're gonna get some more matches on this card. This is actually turning out to be like a very big card right now. We've got Cody versus Seth as the champion versus champion match, which was confirmed also because I know that was like a question
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
we
We were
had
like,
last week.
huh? What was Wikipedia's angle? You know what I'm
Yeah.
saying?
Then you have Stephanie versus the winner of
The triple
Uh,
threat match.
triple threat. I guess me and Meelz will talk about that on the other end of this because I don't know, but and then we have now AJ Styles versus John Cena. So this has already got 3 matches loaded. So we got at least two or three more to go. So we'll get to those next week if they announce them on the A show. But until then, make sure you guys are training and make sure you guys go and cop one of our A show 5K 4K plus one shirts. We're doing this. We're doing this 4K. We're doing it for a good cause. We're doing it to help be healthy. I've been
Yeah.
training for it. I ran this morning. These are really awesome shirts. I'm not gonna wear my shirt till I actually do the 5K though.
Yeah, I'm in the same boat. I actually ran a mock 5K on Saturday and almost died, but it is what it is. There's a lot of hills in where I run, but I'm excited about it. Listen, man, mediums are gone. 3X's are gone. 2X's are almost gone. You got larges and XLs. No smalls. We ain't got no smalls over here. You know what I'm saying? But get your shirt. I'm shipping some today. I literally have the bag of everything right in front of me. I'm going to do essentially the final shipment. Well, not the final shipment. The final shipment before October 1st on Friday. So get it before Friday if you want it. If you a large, extra large, if you a 2XL, get it before Friday. I'm gonna do the extra thing that might be the last like one before you're supposed to run. Maybe I'll do another one Tuesday since technically we're giving people a week to run.
Yep.
But cop it when you can. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. And that
Absolutely.
was our pitch, and that's a shoot, brother. But yeah, thank you guys for listening, and we'll see you guys on the other side next week. Patreon, hold on one second, we'll be right there. See you guys next week. Peace.